this looks. Hey, everybody, it's Drewski McGillicuddy. Here's your boy, Chad, and we just watched X
Factor
from Ty West. Why are you going to ruin the video?
because
Hey, everybody, it's Drewski McGillicuddy, and
your boy Chad.
and we just came out of seeing X from Ty West, 2022's newest horror slasher film picture. And it's about some adult film stars that are going to make an artsy-fartsy adult film.
Or so the director wants it to be.
But from what I saw, they were just making a good old-fashioned 70s porno.
The producer, that's what he was.
I mean, it
for,
had,
definitely.
yeah, it had a high production value because they were able to rent a boarding house in a abandoned farm from this extremely old couple.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if any of you all have seen Ty West's other films. I discovered him with House of the Devil way back when. The only reason I even rented the movie was because the cover was so intriguing, and then it was I wouldn't say it's like my introduction to like art house horror, because I mean it was, you know, one of the first elevated horror movies, because it was a slow burn. Elevated, yeah. Let's not call it that. Let's not.
You kind of got to now because
because like there was like a lot of time and effort and care put into this movie, and like unlike my fucking movie reviews,
you're getting it wrong.
Like, you know, this is a new phone, okay, and I didn't want to use the back facing camera, so I don't know what y'all are looking at. I don't know if we're in frame, and we just wanted to get this out because it's fresh in our mind and we've been disturbed. Like fucking,
oh yeah, there's some disturbing parts on here,
but like
nothing to do with kills.
People
either.
call this a slow burn. I wouldn't say it's a slow burn because
I know why they would say that.
Like, all right, but let's backtrack a little bit. When we first got in there for the first maybe 15 minutes of the movie, there was a young, probably not even old enough to be in the theater, and just talking. I'm not talking about, hey,
not reacting to the movie, talking.
She's like, so
Not
what are you going to do
whispering.
tomorrow after school?
Yeah, just
because I might go to the mall. Actually, no, the kids don't talk about going to the mall.
This is a Sunday, by the way.
This is a Sunday.
On a Friday night.
But they were literally, she literally did not take a breath and talked for 15 minutes straight at a normal talking volume. She wasn't, hey.
I mean, you got tits on the screen.
I got up and we walked 5 rows back
to
get away from it, you know, and I could still fucking hear them. So I had to get up and miss, you know, some of the tits to go be like, hey, these kids will not shut up. I don't know what to do. I'm about to punch them both in the...
Luckily, there was no violence.
But anyway.
Off screen.
So back to the movie. Right off the bat, I want to say, I don't know if anybody else noticed this. I haven't watched a lot of reviews yet, but there was a big, in my opinion, homage to the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because this movie, I did hear somebody say, felt like the best Texas Chainsaw sequel we've ever had that is not a Texas Chainsaw
just starting
sequel.
off
But that's only because there was no chainsaw. Yeah. There was a fucked up family, and they did some fucked up shit. But I want to tell you about it because you need to experience it yourself. But anyway, the callback to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I'm pretty sure there was the Black Maria, because it was a red Kenworth semi with a swan. I'm pretty sure it was a swan hood ornament.
It was definitely,
and it was a tanker truck, because I'm pretty sure. Well, I don't know. It might not.
And it showed the cows, like, for the barbecue.
Well, I don't think the cow got hit in the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but the cow did get hit in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the beginning. Either way, it just felt like an homage to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And then so did, like, some of the shots in this movie. Like, the initial shot where they're in the van felt very Texas Chainsaw Massacre-y. And then
there was
the shot where they're inside the house looking at the screen door and somebody's standing on the front porch.
Yeah.
That felt very reminiscent.
Like the hallway
of the Texas.
where you see Leatherface with the butcher knife and two. There was definitely
when the fuck has Leatherface had a butcher knife?
No, like in the first movie,
he had a
he's
hammer.
In the back. Was it a hammer?
Yeah, it was a hammer.
Oh, okay.
But no, like, what's his name? See, I've seen the movie 1,000 times. It's my favorite horror movie of all time. I can't remember anybody's goddamn name. I've always been bad with names. But that's beside the fucking point. Whatever, we'll call him Earl. He's standing there on the front porch looking in the screen door, and then he comes in the house. That's kind of what the shot reminded me of. There's a lot of shots in this movie that are very reminiscent of something you would see. I was waiting for the gratuitous, low camera view butt shot that you get in all the at least most of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was a homage to like Psycho, I bet, with the car in the pond.
Oh yeah, and they even brought up Psycho.
And they even brought Psycho
up. Yeah, I can't. I mean, it wasn't perfect. There were some things that was like, okay, I don't know if I needed this in my life. But, that's not for me to say. You might be the type of person that likes 90-year-old man butt. I don't know. I'm not a fucking... Point is, this movie was made with care. They put a lot of thought and effort into the shots, the shot composition, the cinematography. I mean, it was beautiful to look at. And there were some editing choices, like where she's laying in the lake and they had the bird's eye view, and then it cuts back to what's going on at the house.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was that other part where they're sitting down for a glass of lemonade, and they're filming a scene for the porn where they're sitting there drinking lemonade, and then one of the other girls is in the house with the old lady drinking lemonade, and it feels like the same things happening at the same time.
And when you went to the bathroom, they're playing the guitar.
I wish I wouldn't have left too, because I love that fucking song.
Yeah,
dude.
Landslide, and it was like a juxtaposition of that with the old lady while she was.
And oh my God, Brittany fucking Snow. He didn't know who Brittany Snow was, and I remember Brittany Snow.
She did a lot of Snow.
That was the other one. She was the one that needed cigarettes, or she wasn't having no sex.
Yeah, that was the girl that said your type.
But dude, Brittany Snow, she was in the original. She was in the remake of Prom Night, and then she was in a movie called The Vicious Kind, which isn't a horror movie, but it's an excellent movie. But she started from like one of the worst horror movies ever made, and now she's in one of the, I assume people are going to praise this as one of the best horror movies in a long time, because it is.
Or at least slashers, for sure.
I mean, this is beyond slasher. Yeah, there was some slashing in it, but this was deeper than just some kids go into a barn to make a fucking horror movie and this happens.
And that's A24 for you.
Because before we leave you here today, I want to talk about the end credit scene, because a lot of you probably figured, because this isn't a Marvel movie and it's not a DC movie, it probably won't have a end credit scene. This does have an end credit scene, and it may be one of the best I've ever seen, and it makes me wish they made a prequel. I've never wished for a prequel.
Better than the actual movie that we saw.
Yeah, they hint, or they tease at a prequel about the old couple, which, you'll find out all about the old couple when you watch the movie, but this prequel looks like it could be, if it was real. I don't know, but they might just be fucking with me, but I hope to God that I get to see more from these characters from Ty West.
Or even if it was like a Netflix show.
Because I can't remember,
series.
I can't remember the main girl's name with the freckles, but everybody in this movie was absolutely fabulous.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely fabulous. And I definitely have to give it an 8 out of 10. What's it hit? Is it popping up right there? 8 out of 10. I don't know if I'm in fucking frame, everybody. What do you think? Get your opinion on the matter.
As far as the number, I mean, yeah, I would say probably more like a 7. That's
more of a 7.
But
he's
that's
uncomfortable with
actual movie,
90-year-old man, but
like no, some of them parts uncomfortably turned me on. But
uncomfortably turned me on.
But yeah, no, like I'm talking about like as a great film, a 7. Horror movie and shit, it was probably like a 9, 10.
Yeah.
But this is so good.
Hold on.
You don't even have to rate it as just a horror.
And let me go back.
Rate it as
let me go back to my Texas Chainsaw 2022. I said I gave that movie a 10. That was I was in the honeymoon state. That movie's more of a 6 or a 7. But it was on a whole nother level. Like,
yeah, that's why when you say that, I had to qualify that because I was like, well, for a TCM movie, I can give it like maybe a 9 or 10, or what I think I rated.
But we were just,
But as like an actual great movie, not at all.
No, yeah. As far as filmmaking goes, I'd give it maybe a 5.
Yeah.
But hey, we're not talking about that. We're talking about X. Suck it. And that's what the movie was about.
Yeah,
and there was like some deep shit that we didn't even address. And I don't know if I should make a spoiler.
Exactly.
I don't know if I should make a spoiler review. I want to go see it again without having to pee so bad and having asshole teenagers that shouldn't even be in there watching this shit fucking run off at the mouth for the entire time. So anyway, you got anything else to add?
Just remember to wear shoes if you go walking around a farm.
God damn, dude.
And
I should have fucking closed my eyes. Maybe carry a fucking flashlight. I don't know. Like, you're going to a farm in the middle of nowhere to film a porno movie. You would think that you would have some sort of lighting. Speaking of which, the lighting in this movie was fucking phenomenal. Like, it seemed, I doubt it was, but it seemed like a lot of it was natural light.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all the time I've got for today. So if you've liked this, please click these buttons. It'll make me think that you like me and that I'm not wasting my goddamn time. And if you wouldn't mind, let me borrow $1 so I can afford to fucking fill my truck up. I'd appreciate you clicking this link for the Patreon. And once you slip that in my underwear, big boy. Anyway, this has been Drewski and Chad. Now get the fuck out of my car. Peace.